Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Boy, isn't there a heck of a lot going on. Wow. Wow is all I can say. There is so many. Oh, hold on a second. All right, there we go. I had to get my volume adjusted properly, but I think it's working now. So there is a heck of a lot going on, as it is every day lately. It's exciting times that we're living in, to say the least. Let's see if we can get the guys on here. There we go. I think we got them going. So yeah, it is interesting times that we are living in. Good morning, Dave.
What's going on, guys?
Well, we're just getting throttled up here. Good morning, James.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm well. So I sent Alex an invite. Maybe he's not here yet or something.
I saw him on.
You did?
I blocked him.
What happened with your guys' battle yesterday?
I don't know. It went all right. We just did some talking, talked about engines and stuff like that. So the battle was a side marker. Well worth it.
Oh, good. Good,
Yeah.
good. Okay,
Sure.
there we go.
I
Hey,
accepted.
Alex.
I accepted.
That was
And it-
weird because you were the first one I sent, and then I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. I was listening to music. It's the final countdown.
Yeah,
It-
what
it
did
looks
you do? What did you do with the money, Alex? We're just curious.
I spent it.
It
Blame it all on my roots.
Looks
like
you're
looks like you're glowing this morning a little bit down there.
Yeah, your
I
camera's
mean-
a little off.
My
And
camera's
I've got-
off.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's really
like light.
bright. Yeah, like it's.
I've got
washed
my
out.
newer shirt on too,
Well, here, let
Zero-
me fix it.
backwards, but it says 0% liberal.
There we go. James with his XRP garb as usual.
Oh yeah. Hey, and I don't come unarmed either. It's right here. See?
I
Is
didn't
that
think you
better?
would. What's that, Alex?
Am I done glowing?
No,
Better.
your whole
Yeah.
feed is super bright, like washed out.
You got a light on or a window open. You're close to it.
No, I just turned all the lights off because I thought, well, I need to look more professional. So
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, I know what it is. Here, hold on.
Are you using a different kind of toner?
No, I let
So what are you really saying, Dave? What
For
are you
everybody
really saying?
who's wondering, we're trying to figure out Alex's camera. It seems to be off today. It's like he's on a spotlight.
well, yeah, it's on me, buddy. I let TikTok AI whatever my
Choose
camera
them.
this morning. Maybe I screwed it up. I don't know.
Oh, maybe so. All right, well, shoot. Let's see. Let's get into. Oh, wait. Let me launch this over here. All right, everybody. We got to get to 10,000 likes in the first. Oh, we only have 7 minutes left, and we're only at 1,500. Oh my gosh, are we going to make it?
Nope,
I don't
not today.
know. Well, let me say some good mornings while we're doing that. Good morning, Teresa Ann. Hits is here. Hitesh, hi, Sam and team. Happy Friday to you as well. Tracy Fagan is here. Sherry from East Tennessee. Virgo 47 said bought steaks. Yeah, steaks and popcorn. Benji 1959. The beach chair farmer. Excuse me. I got a little frog in my throat this morning. Andrea Lynn 81 says it's because he's wearing white. Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. John Gwynn is here. Good morning, John. John said it's your aura, Alex. Spider 125 is here. Melissa Flinner said you're a star shining bright, Alex. How sweet. Wendy is here. She said Alex is in the wrong place. I know. It just throws me off too.
I'm the white hat, and there's the black hat.
There we go. There we go. Rick Senior's here. Good morning, Rick. Towie Bixby. Good morning, Towie. Lee Cravens is here over on X. And Paul Rick on YouTube said, let's go. Absolutely. Let's see here. Christy B78. John Langloy. Oh, my goodness. Jan Levin being grandma's here as well. All right, everybody. We have 5 minutes left to get to 10,000 likes in the first 10 minutes. Let's get it happening. All right, Alex, what do we have for indices this morning?
Well, I just wanted to start out by saying good morning to everybody. It's Friday, the 9th of January, 2026. I did name my live today Keyboard Etiquette. I will try to mute and not drive everybody crazy with my mechanical keyboard. Moving on. So, markets all over the place this morning. Looks like they're reacting to some job growth, and it looks like defense stocks are driving things up. Lots of things we'll get into in the dispatch, but S&P 500 is up 36 points to 6,957. The Dow is up 291 points to 49,557. The NASDAQ is up 195 points to 23,675. Looking at the commodities market, oil is up $1.68 to $59.44 per barrel. Gold, however, $4,521. That's up $60. You can keep trying, but it won't work. Silver is up $5 to $80.33. See, I'm not so easily distracted. I did radio. Like, you don't understand what's going on in the background at a radio station. You're not gonna knock me off. Going over to cryptocurrencies. Did everybody hear that? $80 an ounce on silver. Bitcoin is up 0.7% to 91,523. XRP is down, however, 0.8% to $2.13. Ethereum up 0.2% at 31,028. Stellar Lumens down 0.3% at 23 cents. And Cardano sitting up 1.9% at 40 cents a pop.
Hey, Alex, what did you say the crude oil was per barrel right now?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody was typing, trying to distract me. It's at $59.44.
So remember,
It wasn't.
what's that, Dave?
I said it wasn't until gold we started typing.
Yeah. So remember when I said last week I filled up and it was $4.30 a gallon? Yesterday I went to fill up. You know how much it was?
$5.
$3.35. $1 less.
Holy.
Did you bring your spare can with you?
I know, right? I couldn't believe it. I looked again, and I'm like, am I reading that right? $1 a gallon less here in Los Angeles, California. Go figure, man. Go figure.
Take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. Wendy posted a frog in the chat. Hey, Wendy. Q17. Now, said Grand Rising, my family. Now, Q17, did you change your name? Are you I Speak 1717 and you changed your name? Or is this somebody new? Scott Anon. I'm curious. I'm not sure if that's the same person or not. You guys change your names on me, and then it really throws me for a loop. Tracy Fagan is here. John Quinn said, will gold hit 5,000 by the end of the year? Oh, no, I think I smell another bet coming on. I don't know.
Double or nothing, John?
Ooh.
Double or nothing? Double or nothing?
I like that. Well, let's see if he responds. Sue B is here. King's Girl 1974. Oh, okay. Q17 said, I used to be Scotty Too Hottie. Took my account. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Q17. Well, now I know who you are. Dobermom 79 is here. B Ravens is here. Sky Dancer. Oh, hey, Robert McCarski's over here on YouTube. Good morning, all. All right, Dave, what do we have for farming and agriculture today?
It's not too bad. Pretty quiet across the board. Corn is slightly down.
Just so everybody knows what's going on here, yesterday, with this new setup, Alex's keyboard, you can hear it a lot more than when you used to be able to, and it kind of miffed James a little bit. And then I actually got messages saying that, there's something going on with Alex's keyboard, so that's the banter going on.
He's chicken pecking it. He's doing this. No, but corn is slightly down. Soybeans up 3 to 4. Wheat is mixed across the board. Cattle is down 0.7%. Hogs are down 0.6%. On the news for the USDA, China buys more U.S. soybeans. Total purchases approach 10 million tons. That is about 20% short of what they guaranteed to buy through the month of January. So all the other stuff happening in the world, us stealing their oil, all that stuff. They're still buying soybeans.
Is 10 million
Huh.
tones anything like 10 million tons?
It's yes. I'm sorry, I say that all the time. 10 million tons.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
it's
it.
all how you apparently it's all how you pronounce it. Sam, apparently.
Exactly.
Yes. So they're doing pretty good.
Very cool. Thank you, Dave. Lisa Piquel is here. Big B just popped in. Magic is here. Brian Dellett is here as well. Hey, everybody. We're trying to get Brian on the show. He's an Army veteran who's doing a lot of work with veterans. If you haven't followed Brian yet, please go to brian.dellett.1. He's in the chat today, and give him a follow. We need to get him up to 250. Wendy J is here. Donna Fox. Franny Dragonfly. Thank you for the TGIFs. Well, look who just popped in. It's I Speak 1717 is here. Good morning. Oh, man, I just got a text. That's right. Today is health and wellness, so we will be having Dr. Glidden on. As far as I know, he'll be here. So keep an eye out for him, you guys, if you would. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to bring him in myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alex, you're muted.
We didn't think about that, Sam. Unless he's actually live, one of us would have to drop and pull him in co-host. We can't pull somebody up into the box.
I can't?
No.
I thought I can on my.
No, co-host is 4 boxes only, bud.
Well, I wonder why it's still giving me the multi-guest thing here. What's up, James?
Hey, I'll drop out. No problem. I got shit to do.
Well, let me see here.
Well, he has to go live. Doc would have to be live himself, and then you would co-host with him. So we'd have to. I don't know if Doc knows how to go live on TikTok.
Well, if James drops out, can I bring him on then?
Not unless he's live. We are each individually live in our own accounts, right? And then we co-host together versus you being the host and pulling guests in, multi-guests.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, okay.
It's the same concept. He'll come up. We'll walk him through it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm sure we'll have to figure out something here. John Gwynn said, "I'm down with double or nothing, Alex. God will win me lots of stakes, or gold will win me lots of stakes." All right. So
okay, what's the bet, John? 5,000 by the end of the year?
Yeah, he'll put it in the chat, I'm sure.
Okay.
Sassy Minnesota girl just popped in. Hey, Sassy. Pure Blood Holly Johns is here. She said that's a big deal. We need our doc. Yeah, I agree. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something. I wonder if I should text him. Well, we'll just wait till he comes in. I'll see him. You guys can't see him, right?
No.
Yeah, so I'll have to see if I can walk him through that as we move forward.
Well,
all right.
If
Well,
he's
let's see.
watching You're live. He can hear us, so we can walk him through it. We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, James. What do you have for a military report today?
I'm just checking to see if Alex is going for the keyboard.
But now he is.
the United States has intercepted its 5th sanctioned tanker. The Olena was boarded in the Caribbean in pre-dawn action by the Navy and the Marines. The Southern Command has confirmed that the Coast Guard now has taken control of the vessel and referred all questions to the White House. They don't even want to talk about it. The United States government records show that the Olena was a sanctioned vessel moving Russian oil under its prior name, the Minerva M, and is flagged in Panama. The International Shipping Registry has the vessel listed as flying a false flag, which means that the registration is not valid. That's why we took it. The Olena can carry 890,000 barrels of oil, and with the market price at or around $60 a barrel, that would make its cargo value just a little over $50 million.
Wow. There is so much happening down there.
Can I add to the military scenario?
Of course.
So the E-4B, which is the Doomsday plane, which doesn't fly a whole lot, was spotted this morning. Nuclear Command Center bunker built to keep the U.S. government running if everything collapses was quietly spotted taxiing and taking off from LAX this morning.
Oh, from LAX? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. Yeah, we maybe need to get that gas mask after all. I don't know.
So yesterday, Sam, Dave and I were talking as I was traveling to go get a water test kit, and we got notified about the post office talking about sending letters out for essential travel and to have that letter with them.
Right.
and that's a signal. I mean, the last time we had a travel ban was COVID. So
Right.
kind of makes you wonder. And me being a trucker, I've been called to do some crazy stuff here recently. And when my previous shipper gave us that letter for essential personnel. So whatever's coming, it's coming.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't want to bring it up. I'm glad that you did, James, but I'm thinking at this point, who knows what may be happening. But with the doomsday plane up too as well, that's significant to say the
I
least.
mean, that would lead me towards martial law is kind of what that leads me to.
Well,
First thought.
we have all of this talk about the Insurrection Act. We have things popping off in multiple states now. We have President Trump has the green light to use regular forces, which is the military. Does that mean that we're going to see something this weekend? I would not be surprised. I'm not trying to predict anything. I'm not scaring anybody, but always, as always, be prepared and have your head on a swivel because we don't know what to expect. Anything could happen at any time.
And the letter being dispersed to postal workers, I personally have confirmed with friends in Iowa and in Texas that yes, the letter indeed did go out, but it hasn't been confirmed across other states. Some postal workers in other states have said haven't seen it. But yeah, the last time it came out was pre-COVID.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
And military defense stocks are skyrocketing right now. When do they typically do that?
Well, and on top of that, we're going to jump to one of the other stories. First off, the Department of Labor yesterday, or early this morning, I saw it. Now, I don't know if it came out yesterday or if it came out early this morning, but they posted a thread, and it was simply a picture of what looked like Donald Trump from behind in a silhouette form saluting. And it was a very simple caption. It said, "Trust the plan, trust Trump." Now, if you put that together with the doomsday plane, with the letter going out at the post office, this post by the Department of Labor, and yesterday the Department of Labor also posted the Betsy Ross flag, 1776. So does this mean anything? Are we going to be seeing something today? Well, there's just no way to tell at this point, but at the very least, I'm not going to be doing any traveling today, at least not very far away. Or this weekend, I think it's probably a wise choice.
Lock and load.
Sam, your fuel prices are down. And you're doing no traveling. What the heck?
Yeah, I know, right? I should be on the road, but no. David Morales is here over on YouTube. Dana McKee over on Facebook. Oh, let's see. Richard Pacente. Good morning, all. Layson Steele just popped in. CG is here. Martins WB. Ferg. Oh my gosh, the whole group is getting here. All right, well, let's move on to some stories. First up, after that Department of Labor, according to Dave over at the X22 report, the U.S. saw a 4.9% surge in economic productivity, achieving its highest point in nearly 6 years. Dave called it the Trump effect. Alex, what do you make of it?
I mean, apparently these things that are being put in place are working. I mean, receipts, right? Pay attention to the numbers. We're seeing energy prices go down. We're seeing working class people get a little breathing room. I know it hasn't rolled out yet to everybody. People are still struggling. I 100% recognize that. We all struggle right now, but it's coming.
Yeah. Brian said false flag, I'd bet. James, what do you make of it?
Well, you got to remember, this is for non-farm labor productivity. They're claiming a robust third quarter in 2025. Economists say that this is a deflationary sign. Higher productivity helps companies manage wage increases without raising the prices. This is highly attributed to technology and AI. As it advances, it's starting to materialize and it's revealing itself.
Excellent. Dave?
Yeah, it's coming. Like we said, base it off the numbers, not what the news is telling you on how bad everything is and everything across the board.
Right. Traveling Man said it's not nationwide. Haven't seen it. Now, I'm assuming you're talking about the letter, Traveling Man. So, yeah, I don't know. We don't know what to expect at this point. But as I always say, keep your head on a swivel. Gen X Nick is here. Chris Romano said, I will ask my son if he's seen the letter. He's a postal carrier in Tennessee. Oh, I'd love to know. Yeah, please, Chris, send me a message. Let's see. Nutty81 said, let's roll, boys. Exactly. All right, well, let's see. Let's see. David Morale said, trusting promise is a long time already. It turns to skepticism. I get that, David. I mean, everybody, I think, we have anticipations and expectations of what we'd like to see happen, and it doesn't always work out that way. And a perfect example of that for myself was when President Trump supposedly lost in 2020. That really took the wind out of my sails. Yet, when you look at it in hindsight, oh, nice lipstick, thank you. But when you look at it in hindsight, we had to go through that because for one specific reason, you can't tell the people, you have to show them. So I get it, David. 100% I understand. Okay. Virgo 47 said I'm lost. What is the letter? James, you want to repeat again what that letter was?
Basically, the letter is in giving the Department of Transportation or law enforcement notice that you're essential personnel and you're authorized to be out on the road. The last time they said no, they suggested no travel, essential personnel only. Yeah, back in the COVID days, essential personnel only, and that letter supposedly gave you that authorization. I carried one, but I never was asked to present it. If you're in a freaking semi, you're pretty much essential personnel.
Right.
Yeah, I wrote my own and then walked out into my cornfield.
Exactly. Of course, Dave. Of course. All right. So moving on. According to Watcher Guru, the $1.8 trillion Morgan Stanley is going to launch its crypto wallet this year. Now, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, I mean, the list goes on and on, not even talking about the ETFs. James, what do you make of it?
Well, they're supporting crypto and tokenized assets. The wallet's going to be launched the second half of 2026. Real-time assets like stocks, bonds, and real estate. It'll provide secure, compliant access for both institutional and retail investors.
Excellent. Well, look who's here. Lisa Maria just showed up. Good morning, Lisa. Alex, what do you make of this whole thing?
It's about time, Lisa. Look, we're gonna age of disclosure. They're locking it down. The globalists are losing their grip. It's just reality right now. That's what I believe in, anyway.
Yeah, Dave.
Get on board or lose your pants. That's what's happening. You know, a lot of these investors, a lot of these banks, everything, they don't have a choice. They're going to have to do it. The interesting time is look at January of 2026. So are we a year out? Are we rolling out this next year to push it through? I just look at that timing because they know of when they got to have their foot in the door. And so watch that as that stuff comes out.
And it's also interesting how many companies are applying to be a bank. We have PayPal applying to be a bank. We have WLFI, World Liberty Financial, which is the Trump brothers, applying to be a bank. It's across the board. The entire shift is taking place. Now, when is there going to be a specific event that triggers this? It would be like a switch turning on, or is it going to be over a process, over an amount of time? I couldn't tell you. I don't think anybody could, but it's certainly here.
Well, big news for our brother down on the bottom corner with the X on his hat. Ripple was just approved in the UK to do a couple of things with some businesses there. So definitely interesting times.
Exactly. So yesterday we talked about Greenland. Well, we've talked about Greenland quite a bit on the show over the last couple of months. But now it looks like it's coming out in the mainstream that President Trump is considering paying Greenlanders $10,000 to $100,000 per person to join the U.S. and support secession from Denmark. Now, when I first had talked about Greenland and the possibility of paying them, I had a lot of messages from followers saying that, you know, hey, wait a minute, we got to take care of America first. Well, I think that's part of the greater picture. Yes, the economy is going to be robust. Yes, we have, $21 trillion in foreign investment coming in. But I think it's also important to make sure that our properties, our country, if we're going to expand, we're going to have to make sure, and it's not by chance, I don't think, that President Trump decided to go from 1 trillion to 1.5 trillion on the defense budget. I have to believe all of that is connected. James, what do you think?
Well, that's a shitload of acreage. I mean, that's a lot of land up there. But the one thing that's we're I guess compelling is concern from Europe and NATO about our occupation. But there's an interesting twist to this whole thing. We already occupy Greenland. We have for a long time. We occupy the Patufic base. We have approximately 150 permanently stationed personnel there. And during the Cold War, the United States actually had up to 6,000 troops. Under a 1951 treaty, all the United States needed to do was tell Denmark we're coming. So monetarily, we spoke that Trump wanted to buy Greenland for 50 million to 50 billion, which would give each citizen about $1 million. And I would rather see that than a 10 or 100,000.
Well, again, I don't know that. It seems to me that the more logical way to go about this is to spend money to get Greenland as opposed to taking them over, militarily. I just think that would be a better optical rollout. But how it's going to actually happen, your guess is as good as mine. Alex?
Well, at the end of the day, it's up to them. It's their country. They decide. If they're not happy with the current situation, it's their choice. And again, Greenland is a solid brick of ice. what real estate are people talking about? Yes, we've had bases there for quite a while. Strategically, it makes sense. I think if you start to connect the dots at what strategically we're trying to do, it's no different than what China's doing in the seas around its country and the little islands and the countries around it. So, again, the guy doesn't pass gas without letting somebody know 10 minutes ahead of time who he's going to crop dust. He's been telling us for quite a while, 51st state, 52nd state. This is not something new. You say it all the time, Sam. It's something that has been in the works for a while. So we'll be patient and see how this rolls out.
Exactly.
Sam, Dr. Glidden's on my page. Can you explain what needs to be done here?
Okay,
If
Doc.
it's the real Dr. Glidden.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. If it is, Doc, if you can hear me, we have a new format that I failed to communicate to you. You need to go live on your channel, and then I'll bring you in to the main show. If you get this, send me a text, and I'll walk you through it, or Alex will. But because we changed the format, we're going to have to do it, and we may have to go back to the old form on Fridays for Doc. We'll see how it plays out, but at this point, Doc, just you need to go live on your channel, and then we'll bring you in at about 9:30. Oh, it almost is 9:30. Okay. Well, let's see here.
I had one more on that too, Sam.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
It's there's 57,000 people on Greenland. They make an average of $35,000 a year. If the U.S. government puts up $57 billion and gives them to 10 to 100,000 a year, like we do in the forms of like Alaska on what we're bringing out of their country, I don't know how people are going to turn that down.
Yeah, exactly. I Speak 1717 said eminent domain. Yeah, well, I don't know that you can pull eminent domain off with a foreign country, but I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He said okay. It is him, and he said okay.
Okay.
So whenever he comes on, you guys want to kick me off, I'll take off shamingly, but I'll go.
Okay. I think going forward on Fridays, guys, we'll go back to the old format on Fridays, just to make it simple for Doc, and we can get everybody on here. Russell Webster over on YouTube said, "Did I hear you say there's going to be martial law?" No, we did not say that. What we said was that there's a possibility that something could pop off in the near future based on some letters that have been circulated through the post office. Now, it's all speculation. There's just no way we can be sure about any of this, but that's what we're referring to, Russell. Kathleen Garcia is here. Producer Bob is here. Wildlife fan is here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. So yesterday, Iran had a blackout on their internet. Less than 5% of the population was able to get on. Now, that was part of what happened in Iran. And then there was huge protests. I mean, we're talking about tens of thousands of people in Iran as well, out protesting against their government. And then President Trump said the U.S. will strike Iran very hard and make them pay hell if they kill any protesters. Alex, what do you make of all this rhetoric?
He does what he says, and he says what he's gonna do. So FAFO. We've talked about this a couple times this week. The history, how the current rulers of that country came to power, and if the people are rising up and saying that we want to take our country back, then it's up to them to do so. I'm kind of on the fence about, do we go in and help them? Do we let them sort things out? I think the rational side of where Trump is at, if it's going to happen, he wants to make sure that it's going to get transferred to the right people and not to just another Muslim Brotherhood, ISIS, all Shabab. We don't know. So, but I would expect that it's probably going to go the same as Venezuela. We're not going to go in and occupy like we did Iraq. We will help that shift and transition and give the money to the people to do what they need to do.
And then on top of it, President Trump said that Cuba's hanging on by a thread, and he thinks they're pretty close to going down. Dave, what do you make of that?
Yeah, that's not surprising. We cut off their supply through Venezuela, and it's going to be tough. With Iraq too, with high inflation, food prices skyrocketing, if they can get it. As of right now, reports out of there: 45 unalived, 2,200 arrested. They're going to try to snuff it, and that's why the internet went down. They don't want it to go out of the country, so you shut that down so you don't get it advertised and PR'd back to the U.S. So.
Right, exactly. Okay, so you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to try this. James, I'm going to drop you down and see if we can I just got a text from Doc. I think he's live. So next week, James, what we'll do is we'll do it the other way. My apologies. I didn't think it through. I should have. But I'm not sure how to disconnect James from the show here.
I believe he has to do it himself.
Yeah, James, I think you have to.
Right-hand corner.
Well, I can start up my live anyway, but just not be on with you guys. So that's fine. Adios, amigos. Have a good weekend.
Okay, you too.
You too, brother.
Let's see. Okay, now let me see if I can find Doc. Doc, hold on if you're listening to me. I'm going to try and find you here. Let's see. I just clicked the button. It takes it a minute to come up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's see. Oh, there he is. No co-host access, it says. What the heck?
Doc, when you started your live, specifically, you need to choose co-host or multi-guest. It's like a go live together scenario.
Okay, so let's see. I wonder if I can do it this way. Hold on. Let me see if I can try something here. Bear with us, everybody. We have this new format, and we're trying to get Dr. Glidden on, and we're having some difficulty, but I'm going to try it this way. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See, so it won't let me do any of that. Shoot. Okay, what I think we're going to have to do, guys, is end the live and come back on the regular format, because I don't see any way to get him on.
He is live. Why does he have no co-host access? Just a second before we do that.
Okay. For everybody at home, we started this new format, and we're bringing Dr. Glidden on as usual on Fridays, but for some reason, TikTok is not allowing us to bring him on. So I think what we're going to have to do is end the live and then restart the live again. So I think, why don't we just go ahead and do that, Alex?
So I don't think Doc has been live long enough
For him to be co-host?
He can be a guest. Live host and guest options. I can see that he's live as well. Hold on. Let me refresh something. And I can see he's talking to his viewers, and we can't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to shut down all lives and
Okay, everybody, we're going to end this live. Dr. Glidden, if,
hold on, Sam. All we need to do is Dave and I need to drop out of co-host. You hit your multi-guest button, and you'll be able to invite us back up once we drop out of the live. So, Doc, if you can hear us, drop out of the live, go to Sam's live, and we'll pull you in.
okay. All right, guys. Can you drop
So
yourselves out?
You don't have to end your live, brother.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, everybody. Everybody bear with us here. We're trying to get Dr. Glidden on, and we have some issues with the new setup. But everyone is dropped out now. Okay, so now it's... Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Let's see here. Dr. Glidden, if you can still hear me, go in like you normally do. My apologies, everyone. We're trying to get Dr. Glidden on.
Ooh.
Okay, so that part worked, but I don't see Dr. Glidden to be able to invite him. So, Doc, if you're here.
Yeah, he's probably still live. We'll give him just a second.
Okay. All right, everybody, hold on. Let's see here. Kind of a kerfuffle for us today. My apologies again. I just didn't think it through. I was thinking that we could do something different. I thought I could bring him on my live, even with a co-host, but apparently that's not the case. So now we're looking for Doc. Doc, if you are in the chat, go ahead and say something so I know you're here. Dave, can you hear me? Oh, maybe we don't have Dave either. Hold on, everyone. Bear with us here. All right, there we go. Oh, nice hat and mustache. Thank you.
Loud and clear, Sam. Loud and clear.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you, Charlie. Let's see. Mr. Danny's here as well. Who else just popped in that I haven't seen? Marvin Faith said he's live. Okay, but we're trying to get him now. Let's see. There we go. There's Alex. I still don't see Doc. Dr. Glidden, if you can hear me, go ahead and put something in the chat so I know you're here. Let's see if we can get this. Lisa Maria, thank you for the hand heart. So he's not, I don't see him in any of my screens here. I wonder if he didn't come back on yet.
He is still live.
Oh, Doc, you got to end your live and then come back into the program,
End your live and then click on Sam's live like we always do.
Yeah, just as normal. Oh, Dave, there's the one that I was talking about. Trust the plan. That's Trump, right?
I mean,
At least
All
that
out-
looks
all
like
day
looks
long.
like him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, so let's see. Robbie Miller said, hello. Hey, Robbie.
Why don't you text
Virgo
Doc?
47.
Text Doc to end his live and do it the same way we've done it for weeks.
Okay, let's see. He just texted me saying, what's the plan, Stan? End your live and then come on as usual. No, not live.
Don't end your live.
Okay, let's see. What's the plan, Stan? Holy cannoli. Hey, Tire Man's here. Hey, Tire Man. Oh, let's see.
He's coming. He's coming now. And Interstate, you'll probably have to drop back out to get the doctor in between.
No. Oh, yeah, to get him in
Well,
between,
we can make Doc big screen. Do you know how to do that, Sam? Click on him and make him
Yeah.
big screen. It'll
And
put
the
us all to
doctor
the
is
side.
the doctor's coming now. He's ending his live.
He is. Okay.
And he,
All right, everybody. We're getting there. Slow but sure. It's a process today. We won't make the same mistake next Friday. We'll make sure we have it right. Wendy J said switch boxes. I don't know what you mean exactly, Wendy. Hey, Top Crop is here. Hey, Top Crop. We're trying to bring in our Dr. Glidden on Friday for our health and wellness, and we were not
There he
able
is.
to bring him into the. Oh, you
Yes,
see him?
sir.
There
Want me
we
to-
go. Okay, Jay. Oh,
I'll do
No,
it.
you don't have to leave,
there
James.
we go. Okay. Hey, Doc.
We made it.
Sorry about that. We changed the whole thing to try and mess with the algorithm on TikTok, so we all did co-hosting lives, and I didn't think it through before. My
No
apologies.
cause. I see no cause for sorrow, Sam.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Well, how the heck are you, Dr. Glidden?
Best day of my life so far. How about you?
Very well. Doing very well here. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world today, Doc.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was, well, there's two things. Number one, RFK Jr. redoing the food pyramid.
Yeah.
And number two, the childhood vaccinations dropping from 72 or 74 down to 11. Let's start off with the food pyramid. What do you think?
Well, it's a good step in the right direction. It's about time. I mean, honestly, I don't know how to say this without sounding like an arrogant SOB. But I've been telling people, myself and my colleagues have been telling people what Bobby Kennedy's now telling people. We've been telling people that for the last 35 years. So
Right.
it's about time. And, one thing that's curious to me, right, is that, people spend exorbitant amounts of money every month in medical insurance premiums that give them access to one type of medicine only. And while they're under the care of that type of medicine, they get sick. And everybody seems to be okay with that. And frequently, the people who are delivering that type of medicine will tell you one thing for 10 years, and then they'll completely reverse direction. And everybody's okay with that, right? Nobody questions. Everybody continues to genuflect at that altar. It's a remarkable thing to me. I think it's a function either of, Stockholm syndrome or just that people don't know there are any alternatives to the MD
Cognitive
method.
dissonance, Doc.
I'm sorry?
Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, it's cognitive dissonance, 100%. So it's a good thing. I'm happy that it's happening. And as far as the childhood vaccination schedule goes, that's also a wonderful thing. As far as I'm concerned, and this is from an unbiased, unprejudiced, objective assessment of the situation. There are no vaccines that are necessary at all. But in any event, it's a move in the right direction, although the real solution to the chronic health disease epidemic that's afflicting not only this country, but the free world is medical freedom. Right? We need equal access to all types of medicine. Homeopathic medicine, naturopathic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, botanical medicine, hands-on healing, all of it needs to be on the same playing field. All of it needs to be covered by insurance. Hospitals need to admit all types of doctors, and universities need to be encouraged to do research on all types of medicine. Right now, it's been a one-trick pony for 120 years, and how's that working? Well, not very well. So that's the Zen sword that will cut through all of this BS, is medical freedom, and we desperately need it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, Doc. But like you said, this is a cruise ship that's changing course. It doesn't turn on a dime. It takes time.
Yeah, well, if it's
And I-
off of the coast of Greenland, I think it would turn fast.
Exactly. We'll just buy it at new course. Exactly. Holy smokes. All right, everybody. So let's start putting some questions in the chat for Dr. Glidden. We only get him once a week, and it's only for about a half an hour. So Terry297 said, I'm 77, no doctors. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. CG said, I agree 100%.
New best friend.
Towie Bixby said, I took a flu shot in 2010, and now I see a hematologist every 3 months. She said leukemia. Now, I'm not sure what are your thoughts on that, Doc?
Well, if it is in fact leukemia, right, that's a blood cancer. And on my website, I have 13 questions that every cancer patient should ask their oncologist in the presence of a witness and a recording device. because conventional medicine for all types of cancer has an unbelievably horrible track record. It's like a 95% failure rate. And most people ask more questions about the car that they're going to buy than the cancer treatment that they're going to jump into. And it's a problem. Again, this is a manifestation of the monopoly. So people need to empower themselves and understand that, look, there are alternatives to chemo, radiation, and surgery, and you need to be empowered. So go to my website through Sam's link. Once you're a member, go to the medical insights section and download the 13 questions to ask your oncologist. And do that because you need to empower yourself to know what is what. And you might be surprised at the answers that you get if you do that.
Right. And what Doc is suggesting, go to samchalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner. That'll take you to his website. There is a fee for his membership, but if you use the code SAM, you'll get a 30% discount. And I've always, did we lose
Probably
Dr.
got a phone
Glidden?
call. You're good.
Oh, there he is. Okay. You went away there for a minute.
It brings
That's
up
fine.
a good question. I mean, it is influenza season, and there is reports that emergency rooms and hospitals are filling up right now. Any advice during the influenza season, or if you have?
Yeah,
those
so
things
really,
going on?
so I could talk for half an hour about the whole influenza thing. The long and the short of it is that the influenza virus has never been proven to exist. It might exist, right? Like Bigfoot might exist. And if you are a virologist and you wanted to prove that Bigfoot existed, here's what you would do. You'd interview 500 people who had seen Bigfoot. You'd have a sketch artist there who would sketch out what all of these people's, what they thought Bigfoot looked like. And then you take those 500 pictures, you'd feed them through an AI algorithm, which would generate a picture of Bigfoot. And that would be your proof that Bigfoot exists. It's nonsense. It's really bad science, which has really become a reality by consensus thing rather than an actual scientific thing. But nonetheless, the influenza virus may exist. It's never been proven to exist, but it's interesting, don't you think, that during COVID, COVID was everywhere all the time, 12 months out of the year, and it spread through, public transportation. That's why we had to have the lockdowns, right? Well, the influenza virus is also a virus. So why isn't it a 12-month year phenomenon? Why does it only happen in the northern hemisphere in the cold months and in the southern hemisphere in the cold months? Why is that? There's just as much public transportations more than there ever has been. So why isn't, if it is in fact an infectious viral disease, why isn't it everywhere all the time? And you would think, depending on what they tell us, that cold weather inhibits viral activity. So why is it more of a problem in cold weather? It does not make sense to me that it is an infectious disease. It may be, but it does not make sense to me. I think that people get sick in the cold months because, number one, everybody's eating all the wrong food all the time. It's causing chronic inflammation in the body that's wearing the body down. Here's how many nutrients the human body needs, but here's how many are actually present in the body. So the immune system is weak. All of the systems in the body are weak. And then in the winter months, we go into the warm house and then into the cold air, and then into the warm shopping mall and into the cold air, and then into the warm restaurant, and then into the cold air, and then into the cold car, and then into the warm car, and then into the cold air, and back and forth like that. And that stress is enough to push the system into an off-balance state, and the system generates symptoms on its first level of defense, which is the mucous membrane and the upper respiratory tract. So I think it's a function of just unhealthy people being subject to the stress of cold weather. I think that's what it is.
Doc,
I don't think it's viral.
Along those lines, 30 years ago, I was on a television program and I was asked this specific question. This is 30 years ago. And my response was, the beginning of cold and flu season starts around October, November, supposedly. What is one of the main things that everyone in America is participating in? Halloween. Yeah. What happens in Halloween? You're eating sugar after sugar after sugar. Then we go to Thanksgiving, and then in Christmas, and then New Year's. It's 4 months of solid crap food.
Right.
And I personally believe that's partly what the result of it, not to mention the lack of sunlight and whatever things. But I think you're 100% on target, Doc.
Yeah, and it's interesting, don't you think, that that the whole viral thing has never been proven, and it's become a reality by consensus thing in conventional medicine. And if you tell a conventional medical doctor, hey, wait a minute, the influenza virus has never been proven to exist, they look at you like you've got three heads. But in point of fact, it hasn't. And for those of you in the listening audience that want to go down this rabbit hole, you want to purchase a book called Virus Mania. Virus Mania by Torstein and Engelbrecht. Torstein and Engelbrecht, Virus Mania. It's a great book. It's a real eye-opener.
John Gwynn said, I only have one doctor and I'm watching him live as we speak. That's what I like to hear, John.
That's a smart.
Earl Shannon is one of our community members over on YouTube, Doc, who has been fighting cancer. And he said, could you ask the doctor how I can gain weight while I'm fighting cancer?
So there's a homeopathic medicine that you could take, or actually this would be better in a tincture form. So you want to get an alcohol tincture of Hydrastis canadensis, an alcohol tincture of Hydrastis, which is golden seal. The common name is golden seal, Hydrastis canadensis. Get a 4-ounce bottle of it, or actually an 8-ounce bottle would be better, or 2 4-ounce bottles. Do 10 drops of the Hydrastis under your tongue 3 times a day. 10 drops 3 times a day under your tongue. It will increase your appetite.
Doc Layson Steele said, Dr. Glidden, my lipoma is disappearing from your oil cure.
Gotta love it.
Now, give everybody a little background on what you told her there.
Well, I have it. It's funny she should ask that, because I was looking at this. I'm cleaning up my desk the other day, and wouldn't you know, I found it, but now I can't find it. I'll post it on the website. But there's a combination of oils that you put together in a little homemade cocktail, and you paint it on the lipoma 3 times a day, and it dissolves the lipoma.
What is lipoma, Doc?
That's a fatty tumor under the skin.
Oh.
And I think that the cause of the lipoma is an essential fatty acid deficiency, because the skin has a number of layers, right? And if the skin isn't properly lubricated, just the friction of moving will cause irritation in one area because there's not enough lubrication there. And that generates a lipoma, I believe. Now, that's never been proven. That's just Dr. Glidden's,
37 years of experience is what that is.
But in order to dissolve the lipoma, we have a little cocktail of essential oils that we put together and paint on it. And I don't have it in front of me right now. I don't know where it is. This is what happens when you clean your office, right?
Exactly. Doc, Kathy Lofton7 said, any information after gallbladder was removed, should I take bile salts?
Well, yes, you should. You need to. It's mandatory now. It's a tragedy that they removed the gallbladder. And one of the reasons that they removed the gallbladder is because the surgery now that they have figured out to remove the gallbladder is laparoscopic surgery. So they just punch a little hole in the abdomen, and they can do it all, with the cable and the scissors and everything on the end of it. It's like the robot arm on the end of the little light cable. Before they developed that technology, the gallbladder surgery was like a 12-inch incision in your abdomen, and you're in the hospital for 4 or 5 days. It was a major surgery. So now, because it's easy breezy lemon squeezy, they do it all the time. And remember, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So even if in point of fact you don't need the gallbladder surgery, the surgeon is going to tell you that you should do it because they don't know any better. They don't have any other frame of reference for it. So yes, you need bile salts. And the best one I've seen in 37 years is called Ultimate Enzymes. Ultimate Enzymes, and you can get that through Sam's link.
Yeah, and everybody, just so you know, as we go through with Dr. Glidden today, the supplements that we're talking about, go to my website, samshalhoub.com, click on the Get Your Supplements button here. That'll take you to the website where you can buy all of these. And those are the ones that I use.
And I have
Now,
one
Doc,
more thing to say about the flu thing and to prevent it from happening, right? So you have to be very conscientious about your diet. And a good thing to do during cold and flu season is for 36 hours once a week, you just don't eat food for 36 hours. So from like 9 o'clock Saturday night until 9 a.m. Monday morning, you don't eat food. You fast for 36 hours in a row, number one. And number two, you can get a botanical medicine called Super Olive Health. Super Olive Health. It's made, you can get it through Sam's link. And you do 2, and it's liquid. It's a 4-ounce liquid. You do 2 mLs twice a day during cold and flu season. And those 2 things will go a long way to help you not get influenza or whatever the hell it is.
Right. Yeah, Earl Shannon, he said, how can I contact Dr. Glidden? Go to my website, samshalhoub.com. Click on the link that says Dr. Glidden. That'll take you to his website. If you want to join as a member, use the code SAM and you'll get a 30% discount. Now, Popular Aeonic said, is it true, Doc, that dark chocolate activates stem cells?
Yes. There were some, there are a number of indigenous cultures around the world with extremely long longevity, right? And one of those cultures was the Vilcabambas in Peru. And one of their secrets to longevity was, well, they had periods of forced fasting because they simply ran out of food. And the data are in, ladies and gentlemen. This is academic. This is not arguable. The less calories that you consume, the longer that you live. Let me say that again. The less calories that you consume, the longer that you live. That was one of their keys to longevity. Another was that they were eating this chocolate, and it wasn't Hershey's chocolate, right? It was like chocolate, real chocolate that they made themselves. And the soil that their chocolate, that the cacao bush or tree or whatever it is was growing in, was loaded with copper, because that part of the world is a big copper resource, right? So long story short, yes, dark chocolate is very, very good for you. It's a really great thing to add onto your diet. It's a wonderful thing.
Hey, Doc, Magic said, can you repeat the tincture?
Oh, it's called Super Olive, OLIVE, Health, HEALTH, Super Olive Health, 2 mLs twice a day.
Rick Sr. said, I drank 6 bottles of Ensure Plus when I had cancer, and it kept the weight up. Native San Diegan said, the only doctor I've seen in the past 30 years is the one in my mirror. Good. Excellent.
You got to love it. Yeah.
Sassy Minnesota girl said they're barbarians. That's why they remove body parts. And, correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, but my brother, Dr. Mike, God rest his soul, used to talk about the Western medicine model, and that they believed that the gallbladder, the spleen, the tonsils, the adenoids were all vestigial organs left over from evolution, which is just BS, in my opinion. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, so allopathic, your medical doctor doesn't practice medicine. Nobody does. Medicine is like dogs. There's a lot of different types of dogs, and they're all good for different things. Your medical doctor practices allopathic medicine. And allopathic medicine is a materialistic, mechanistic, reductionistic philosophy. Allopathic medicine argues if it can't be measured, it does not exist. So according to the MD, there's no such thing as the spirit. There's no such thing as life after death. Everything metaphysical is a fiction. Your body is a bag of biochemicals waiting to break. And when something does break, it's not the doctor's job to fix it. It's the doctor's job to manage it. So it is an aggressive, oppositionally defiant system of medicine. You're given an antibiotic, an antidepressant, an antihelmitic. You're given medicines that are suppressive in their nature, because this is, how they think. And in a perfect allopathic world, right? After a woman's 35, she wouldn't have any more ovaries or any more uterus, because it's only a matter of time until she gets ovarian cancer or uterine cancer. And by the way, while we're at it, let's remove the breasts, because if you do that, you can't get breast cancer. You don't need those anymore because you're past the childbearing age. Everybody would have hearing aids or cochlear implants. Everyone would have the normal lenses of the eyes removed and replaced with fake lenses. Everybody would have dentures. Everybody would have titanium shoulders, titanium hips, and titanium knees. Everybody would be taking a prescription medicine to fall asleep, a prescription medicine to wake up, a prescription medicine to pee, a prescription medicine not to pee, and so forth and so on. It is an insane, ridiculous system of medicine which is inconsistent with natural law. There are times when reductionistic medicine is called for, useful, and will save your freaking life. And that's if you're bleeding to death, have a bullet in your leg, or your leg blown off in the war theater, or, you know, you have a trauma to the body, because that's their wheelhouse and that's what they're good at. But for everything else, it's a crap show. Not because they're bad people, but because the system of medicine that they're trained in is inconsistent with natural law. And because of a medical monopoly which has existed for over 100 years, nobody knows this. And that's a gigantic problem.
Well, and the analogy that you use, Doc, if you're a hammer, you see everything as a nail. I think that speaks volumes. Mark Matson said, you know, what about anything on Crohn's disease?
Yeah, Crohn's disease is relatively easy to get on the other side of. We've had hundreds of people who've had IBS and Crohn's disease. We just had a testimonial from a woman the other day. She had 100 intestinal polyps and they all went away in 90 days. 100 intestinal polyps and they all disappeared. So what do we do? Well, so look, I'm a naturopathic physician, right? 4 years pre-med, 4 years naturopathic medical school, got to pass national boards, got to pass state boards, got to get a license, got to do continuing education every year. It's full-blown primary care medicine, but nobody even knows how to pronounce it, let alone know what a naturopathic doctor can do. But naturopathic medicine is based upon the philosophy that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, that your body is endowed with divine intelligence. Your body is so smart, it grew itself all by itself from one cell into you, and right now it's managing millions, billions of biochemical processes, all of which are outside of your conscious control. What the hell is going on? Well, it's the intelligence, the indwelling intelligence of the spirit that's running the show. So, therefore, ipso facto, your body knows how to fix itself, your body wants to fix itself, your body's trying to fix itself all of the time. So all naturopathic therapeutics are built upon this foundational philosophy, and everything that we do supports and promotes your body's built-in, God-given ability to fix itself. So with Crohn's disease, we clean the diet up, you stop eating food that's gumming up the works, you give the body the proper nutrients that it needs to fix itself, you get the hell out of the way, and 83% of the time the body fixes itself.
Doc, Donna Fox said, what can my husband do for an enlarged prostate?
Yeah, so that's a relatively common thing, and prostates become enlarged as men get older because their stores of a trace mineral called selenium become deficient, and also because they're unwittingly eating foods that are gumming up the works. It's like putting diesel fuel into an unleaded engine and expecting the car to run right. So our solution to have a healthy prostate is to stop eating the foods that are hurting you. And by the way, these are all listed on my website that you should become a subscriber to right now. And you nutrify your body with the stuff listed on the website. And there are two more things that he can do. And they're interesting. One is, and they're both physical exercises. But he has to clean up his diet and he has to nutrify his body. He has to give his body the stuff it needs to fix itself. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. You know, your car needs oil. You don't put enough oil in the car, the engine's going to seize. You need to do the oil. So once those two bases have been covered, he does a scissor kick, lies on one side, right? And with the upper leg, he does a scissor kick as many times as he can. And then he rolls to the other side and does that scissor kick. And he repeats that 3 times a day. Number 2, get a sitz bath, SITZ. Look it up. Get a sitz bath. Fill it with 70-degree water, more or less, cold water, and immerse his pelvis in the sitz bath for 3 minutes 3 times a day. 3 minutes 3 times a day, and then let it air dry. That's called naturopathic hydrotherapy. There's a lot of different forms of hydrotherapy. That's an interesting one. It's almost as specific for the prostate. So that's what we would do there. We do clean up the diet, take the nutrients, do the scissor kick, do the sitz bath, keep your fingers crossed and see what happens.
Doc, Melissa Flinner posted this and asked this question, and I have the same problem. She said, I'm having shoulder pain, but not sure if it's a torn rotator cuff. What is your thoughts?
Well, you need to get it assessed, right? Because if it, when tendons or ligaments tear, if it's a complete tear, then you need surgery to fix that. Now, it's possible I have a colleague who specializes in hands-on healing. He wrote an entire instructional tutorial book about how to do hands-on healing. It's one of the most remarkable things I've seen in the last 10 years. His name is Monzo, M-O-N-Z-O, Alfonso Monzo. I know it's a funny sounding name. Blame his parents. Look him up online. He has a whole instructional book on how to heal yourself with hands-on techniques. It's remarkable. So outside of that, which is a little outside of my frame of reference, right? If it's a complete tear, then you need some type of mechanical intervention, maybe hands-on healing, maybe surgery. But if it's a partial tear, you can fix it with medical nutrition. So you give the body the nutrients that it needs to fix itself, stop eating food that's hurting you, and in about 3-4 months, it'll fix itself.
Wow.
Light therapy is also very effective.
Yeah, how are you coming along with that research, Doc?
Yeah, I'm 95% cured.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, gosh, we've taken up a lot of Doc's time. And again, Doc, I apologize for the mishap in the morning. Next week, we'll be going in the way we always do, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Alex, James, or Dave, do you have any questions for Doc before we let it? Oh, I don't. There we go. Any questions, guys?
What fun thing are you going to do this weekend, Doc?
Oh, I'm going to go to Minnesota.
Minnesota?
No, I'm not.
Where-
Gonna.
Exactly.
Doc,
Doc,
I will tell you a story though.
Too soon.
A couple of years ago,
you're going to go to Minnesota and wear your MAGA hat?
yeah, a couple of years ago, I relocated to Minnesota because the state of Illinois told me to cease and desist because naturopathic medicine isn't licensed here. So I did. And my experience of the Minnesotans was that they are really fantastically great, wonderful people. Most people up there are fantastically, really great. It's just this one minority that's messing it up for everybody. And why they get the lion's share of the press is beyond me. I think we can blame George Soros for that.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
Doc, couldn't you say the same about Illinois?
I could, 100%. Yeah.
Or California, or New York, or any other
Yeah.
place.
Right. I mean, so yeah, it's insane, man, what's happening here. So, you know,
Buckle
Arrest
up,
you,
Doc,
actually.
because it's going to get a little more spicy here in the near future, I think.
Yes, sir.
arrest the bastards. My father was a lawyer, and he had this little figurine on his desk. It was like 3-4 inches high, and it was a figurine of an English barrister, right? And you know, he had the wig on and he had the spectacles. And on the base of the statue, in big letters, it said, "Sue the bastards."
Exactly.
People need to start arresting people. No kidding. And I think that'll go a long way towards helping us to really believe that, you know, it's not corrupt through and through.
It's coming, Doc. It's coming. All right, everybody.
Don't
So
let the
once
bastards wear you down.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
Billy
one
Goodman,
last
non-S
time,
carborundum, yeah.
if you want to have access to Dr. Glidden, go to samshalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button. It'll take you to his website. Use the code SAM, and you'll get a 30% discount. And I cannot encourage everyone here enough to do that. It is a wealth of information on health and wellness from somebody who knows what the hell he's talking about. Doc, thank you as always for being here. We'll see you next Friday, and I promise we
forward
won't
to
have
it.
the connection problems.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen. Keep
Have a
up
good
the
weekend.
work. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Doc.
All right, everybody. Dr. Glidden, a man among men. All right, so we didn't hit our goal today. We're going to go ahead and go right into final thoughts. Dave, why don't you start? Oh,
I wait on that goal because we each had quite a few likes to add to your likes, if you remember that.
yeah, no, that doesn't work that way. So
It-
it's at 84,000. Sorry, it's not happening that way. We got to get to 100,000 on my live, but we might get there. Who knows? Dave, go ahead.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see what happens today with Trump. I know he's got a few meetings going on, so we'll see what that all entails. Hopefully, we get through the weekend unscathed. Everybody keep their heads on a swivel and keep your heads focused here, people.
Yeah.
We're all one here, so it's pretty important.
Yeah. Hit said, Sam, do you have sub-only lives now? No, we were going to do it today, but there's been some issues with TikTok, as everybody is aware of. So our hope is that we're going to start them next week. Next week will be we'll be going back to our subscriber only lives. Again, it's things that are out of my control. So, James.
Just kind of reiterating what Dave said, make your plan, stick to it, be prepared for just about anything if you can think about it. Full tank of gas. Don't really, yeah, right. I hear you.
No, he's just doing the likes. He's trying to get the likes up.
Anyway, but you guys are much appreciated. It's always cool to listen to the doctor. We always learn something. I learned something today. Probably going to have to do a little bit more study. I see a lot of cool comments and a lot of unique questions. So if you need something answered, by all means, go to Sam's website and pick up Dr. Glidden and follow his direction. He's definitely not telling us fib. It's the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Alex?
Did you gentlemen have a chance to read that article on the executive order 14287 that I sent you guys?
You sent me a link, Alex, but there was nothing when I clicked on it. Just a picture came up. There was no link that I could find.
It was directly a link to X.
I don't know why it didn't happen for me.
I really think our viewers need to hear. I think everybody needs to hear the plan and how this guy has connected dots. But everyone, look at the Protecting American Communities from Criminal Aliens, Executive Order 14287. How it ties into 10 USC 332 through 333 and 334. Basically, I'll summarize it real quick. In April of last year, that executive order was signed. In the third paragraph, those that are participating in sanctuary jurisdictions effectively are committing acts of insurrection. We talk a lot about the Insurrection Act. He gave them 8 months. That 8 months has expired. He also has been documenting the judicial and the civil violations of that, which equate to insurrection. And there is a tripwire in that. The article does a really good job of going back and looking at, and let me just scroll down here real quick. The Emancipation Proclamation that Lincoln did was written so brilliantly, much like the executive order was written brilliantly, not to call things into focus, but to lay the groundwork so that even under any circumstance, they could not reinstitute the slavery, right? He also talks about other individuals in our history that have used the Insurrection Act to stave off certain situations. So it really gives some weight to what I believe wholeheartedly is happening. The formal proclamation warning insurgents to disperse, extended opportunity to comply, documented systemic multi-state obstruction of what has been mandated by federal law, exhausted all ordinary means of taking care of the situation by deploying the National Guard, and the state said, what? Nope, get the National Guard out of here. The judicial side of things, where they're saying, nope, Supreme Court ruling that said he can't deploy the Guard, but the only option he has left is what? The Insurrection Act. So given that, plus movements that we're seeing, positioning, man, my hair's standing up on my arms.
Well,
it's
Alex,
coming.
Thank you for that summation. And if you go back to 2021, that's exactly what he did. He told them, everyone to disperse. He went by the letter of the law, which tells me, in my opinion, it may have already happened. The optical rollout may be coming. But Alex, that was a very precise and a very accurate assessment of what's either happening now or happened back then, but it's happening.
It's happening. It's happening now. And again, that article that I sent you, it breaks down the proclamation to disperse. It breaks down, and this is all federal statutes. Like, this is the way that our founding fathers set things up. The use of militia and armed forces to restore or enforce federal authority. And if you don't, this is what's going to happen. And I think we're at that stage of this is what's going to happen. It's 100% about to happen, just in my opinion. But I have stalled long enough that I need you to check that number in the top corner, Sam.
And I'm going to tell you guys too, I got so much static in the chat from everyone saying, come on, Sam, I can't believe you're not doing it. I'm grateful that Alex stalled, because now I'm off everybody's hit list. I don't have to piss off anybody today. So
And
yes,
it's
we are
Friday.
going to dance. 106,000 likes. You guys are awesome. Incredible. All right, so let's go ahead and cue it up. Oh, wait. Everybody over on X, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble, we're going to sign off here now. As you know, we can't play the music over there, but thank you for being here. We'll see everyone Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Hope you have